So we are finally back to Blacksad. I know it's been ages, and I've forgotten quite a few details, so I'm gonna refamiliarize myself with it. But um, yeah, I'm excited to get started again. Cool. Okay, good to go. All right, let me refresh myself on who's who, what's what. Uh, Eugene. Uh-huh. Unfaithful to wife, so lied to her, offered bribe, nope. Will tell you wipe your clean, works for O'Leary. Right, works for O'Leary. That's not what I wanted to do. Jake. Oh, that guy. Herbert. Old friend, not anymore. um, Natalia's bodyguard, friend with Joe, and Sonia Dunn. Sonia. Oh, the daughter. More than friends? Question mark. Hide something works for O'Leary. Right, because he's got the pin. Young talent in boxing. Hurt Dunn and Yale arguing. Right. Seems to like Yale. Hill Dunn together? Question mark. Bobby. Yeah, that's the wrong photo. Promising boxer Dunn's gym vanished the same day Dunn died. Dunn's gym will have to close if he doesn't fight reigning champion Stone at Madison Square, right? Address, chest expander, box in his locker, killed Dunn with, threw it in the dumpster, question mark. Belonged to the street gang 2 years ago, right? Brought a gun in and Dunn turned him around, gave him a boxing life. Son of Avenarius, the poet boxer that disappeared. Al Stone, reigning champion, the guy Yale is supposed to fight. Sonia Dunn, cold as ice. Sonia Dunn hard me to find. Yale doesn't like him. Majoring in business, University of New York. Old safe open with mother's DOB. Nope. Longer working. Her DOB doesn't work either. Married Purnell's DOB. Mother's wedding ring appeared in envelope. Harriet's gym and most of her father's possessions. Joe Dunn, dead. Time of death Sunday evening. Gym closed. Painting gym walls. Sax player hanged himself from beam. Question mark? Should be a question mark there. Wife died focused on gym. Neglected Sonia. Strong argument with Yale. Wanted to cancel a fight. Peaceful guy, but gun and safe. Gun is Yale's. Mary Purnell. Cleans gym. Found his body. Works. Oh, poor thing. Found his body. Works at the diner, barely knows Yale, hardly knows Sonia, handwritten envelope, that was her. Birthday was last week. 2 years with Dunn, about to get married. Should I let Chief Smirnoff know about this? Yeah, why not? Has a cold, lost scarf recently. Weekly. Works for the tabloid, most news, caught him on the roof. Confessed that it called him weekly because of how often he allegedly showers. Desmond. We haven't met yet. Oh, that's O'Leary. Frank. We haven't met either. Runs. Oh, Stone's representative, huh? Yeah. Okay. Let's make the call. I think that's where we were at.
Smirnoff.
I think I have a new lead on the Dunn case.
Said might be racial.
I went to Yale's place and ran into O'Leary's men. They were waiting for him.
Ah, well, it's only normal. They run an illegal gambling operation. If a fight's canceled, they lose money. I'd love to take a swing at O'Leary, but we can't base the case on a hunch.
I'm not finished yet. I think I have a new lead on the Dunn case. A close friend of Dunn's works for O'Leary.
You mean that gorilla? Your ex's bodyguard? We know. O'Leary is a respectable citizen, until we prove otherwise. So there's nothing wrong with him hiring a bodyguard.
I think I have a new lead on the Dunn case. I found racial slurs painted on the lockers at Dunn's gym. He was pretty open-minded about racial issues. Maybe his death had something to do with that.
John, half of the crimes in this city have racial ramifications. Unless you have solid proof that
Kinda
it was a
weak.
suicide. My hands are tied.
Well,
I think I have a new lead on the Dunn case.
I don't have any proof. I just have leads. That promiser?
I think that's it.
That promiser I wouldn't. Mary. Should I let you, Smirnoff, know about this? That's not a question. As far as I remember, I don't have any new deductions to. Some fishy about suicide, someone's in can in the trash. Oh. Oh. According to Jake, Dunn had a strong argument. Yeah. Dunn wanted to call off the fight. Floor. Okay. Yeah, let's tell Smirnoff. See what happens.
Smirnoff.
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case. Dunn and the gym's cleaning lady were about to get married.
Great. Call What's News. They'll know what to do with such an incredibly interesting piece of information.
The combination on Dunn's safe was her birthday. He even gave her a ring. You know, your typical suicidal bliss.
Okay, I'm still not convinced, but I might have something for you.
There we go.
Life is off and off-key, like a bad song. The notes come together but feel flat, unable to create anything resembling music. And yet, there are ways to string them together to create harmony. Ways that are not always entirely in our hands.
You look tired, John.
I can't help it. It's just the way we cats are.
Well, I can't help but be glad to see you. Yep, I'm beat. I'm starving. Just got back from the annual police medical. Not only did I have to fast, but I also had to chug 2 enormous glasses of water.
Okay.
John, you alright?
I've had better days, and I'll have them again, I hope.
We both deserve to. The thing is, I'd love to help you out with this case, but I can't. You know I work for the state of New York. If I had any information, I couldn't share it with a private eye. Even if it was lying on top of this table.
You drank 2 huge glasses of water. How are your kidneys coping with that?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should go to the... If you'll excuse me.
Thanks, buddy. Medical examiner. Okay. Murder, medical team. Deceased name. Male, marital status, widower, links, dark brown. Which. Yeah, okay. Time of death. Cause of death. $7 p.m. Four ring shape marks around the entires. 4. Why 4? Slightly scraped knuckles. We got into a fight.
Interesting.
Got him 3 more times. Put the rope around
Now
the
I
neck.
feel even thinner. So do my kidneys.
Thanks.
Glad you
Truth is,
took care of
John,
that, buddy.
it all seemed clear to me before, but now... Please, promise me you won't take the law into your own hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I'll try, but sometimes there's no alternative.
All right. In any case, keep me posted, will you?
Friend, you can count on it.
Take care, John.
Didn't catch his name.
As always, Smirnoff had given me new, potentially...
Oh, that's
relevant
Smirnoff.
information. Not to mention second thoughts. When an old dog like him gets that serious, one must be prepared to bite.
So we're friends, huh? It's Deuce. Alright, let's see. Dunn's height, weight. According to Jake, that strong argument. Yeah. Oh wow, he was hanging on the scaffold. We took very explicit photos. When Dunn died, his knuckles were swollen. That's what. Oh. Not that cute. Oh no. Thought that would be it.
Dunn must have punched the can while he was arguing with Yale. I guess that explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
That seems like a stretch. Dunn threw a can of paint and I don't know. That feels like a stretch. Could have punched other things. Don't know when the paint went there. 4 different networks. Probably is. Oh. Well, I could have told you that. He wasn't tall enough to hang himself from that noose. There we go. The investigators didn't figure that out? It's kind of odd.
I'm much taller than Dunn, and I can barely reach the noose. There's no way Dunn hanged himself. Not on his own, at least.
And who would help the man commit suicide? Okay, the footprints belong to different net marks, just expander, holes. Oh, the chest expander. That's why there's 4 different marks, because he was actually strangled with the chest expander. Yeah.
Bobby Yale. I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
Yep. Well done, John. Ooh, even more. Love detective stories. Mary is a cold one to call off the fight and was strangled with Yale's just expanded the principal onto. Never killed him?
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
It's a bit much, huh? That main cannon is massive.
I always knew Bobby had issues. But I never thought he'd go that far.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all leads to him. In any case, that doesn't change a thing.
Still have
It
to
does,
find him.
actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale. Nothing has changed. Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
You're welcome. For the genius deduction.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
Bad history.
John Blacksad? I think I owe you an apology.
O'Leary.
Apology accepted. But what exactly are you apologizing for?
Listen, I don't think my fellow workers treated you with the respect you deserve. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is, they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad. So please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
I'm afraid I have to say no. I can't ride in a fancy car with a wrinkled suit.
Oh, I don't see why not. In any case, if those little wrinkles make you uncomfortable. I always play it nice and safe.
That's supposed to convince me, huh? Bring a safety on. Against my will. Hmm.
Thank you, Blacksad. You won't regret this. So let's cut to the chase. I need Bobby Yale to fight Stone. There's just too much money at stake. So, I'm offering you my help to find Yale. Let's work together.
What kind of help do you need?
A simple exchange of information. You're a good detective, and well, let's just say I have my own ways of making people talk.
I think I'll have to pass this time.
Why? What? Do my own ways scare you? Please, hear me out. Let's say I bet a beer that we find Yale in 3 days, and you bet a beer that we don't. In 3 days, one of us has to buy the other a beer. Is that so bad? We're simply 2 grown men using our money and free will to conduct a small private exchange. And most importantly, we're not hurting anyone. So, yeah, I run a gambling business. What's so bad about that?
I can't really say.
Well, I can. Nothing. But I'll tell you what is wrong. The way our government is ruining America. We live in a so-called free country. A place where honest people can make a living, provided they don't hurt anybody. We're not communists. Well, at least I'm not.
I would have never thought otherwise. As for me, with all due respect, it's none of your business.
Ooh, all right. Never mind then. In any case, that's not my point. The government betrays our nation's values by passing communist laws that forbid an honest man like me to make a living without hurting a soul. And that, Mr. Blacksad, is just wrong. I'd even say it's unconstitutional. Do you get my point now?
All right, I get your point.
Ha! I knew you would. When the government passes these laws, there's only one legitimate weapon the people can wield. The same weapon that turned America into a great nation. Civil disobedience. So, as the proud American that I am, it's my duty to disobey.
Sure, but there's no room for your ways in civil disobedience.
My ways? Oh, I know what you're getting at. But what's past is past. I wasn't always a boss, you know. No, sir. I started at the bottom, when Lucky Blitzen ran this show. That good for nothing. His was a reign of terror, extortion, violence, you know, that sort of unpleasant thing. When I took over, I decided I'd make people want to do my bidding. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude. I decided to help people so they would help me.
That beating your thugs gave me was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Those poor bastards didn't even know you were a detective, that you were on our side.
Maybe at first, but when they tied me up and beat the socks off me, they knew very well who I was.
Seriously? That goes against my rules. Who was it?
It was just Wilson.
That bastard. Don't you worry. I will have a serious talk with him. I cannot tolerate this behavior. Please accept my apologies, Mr. Blacksad. You see, a lot of people work for me. Many families depend on my business. Not only that, St. Christopher's Hospice practically lives on my donations. The widows of my late employees are set for life. Their kids get free schooling. The cops leave me alone because they know my business doesn't hurt anyone. On the contrary. And, it looks like we're here.
Just want to make America great again, huh? Okay, so I can investigate.
Yale's apartment?
I told you, I'm on your side. Go ahead, search the place. I'll wait down here. When you're done, maybe you'll change your mind and share your findings with me. Or not. It's your call, Mr. Blacksad. I'll make sure you're suitably compensated. Wilson, come here.
Okay, finally. I'm excited. Clues.
Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
Hardly knew him. Riding a roller coaster together.
The worst thing about O'Leary's boys dropping by isn't the beating, but the fact that I can't tell what's theirs and what's Yale's. Can't say this is the ideal drink for an athlete. Then again, it could be your classic bookie thug lunch.
One time.
17th century French fables. Mayor must be one boring old lady. Judging by the general state of the apartment, they were leading a quiet life.
They who? Say they really live with. Oh, like both? Oh, both Yale and what's his name? Joe.
I'm not sure how Yale's love of pickles will help me crack the case, but it's good to know. A woman's fragrance. Almost angelical.
For now. Wait, if Joe's also living here, then they wouldn't have been able to. Yeah.
That means she's been here recently, but why? What does Sweet Mary have to do with Yale, the murder suspect?
Maybe she knows it's not him and she helped him get it. Bobby kid. I don't think so. Wow.
So, you like your mob stories, don't you, Bobby? Seems like Bobby inherited something more than boxing skills from his father, besides the tendency to vanish into thin air, of course. Nice chain. Why would you want such a big closet for so few clothes? Unless someone emptied it recently. Copy
That's Dad's
1 of
book.
3. Do you know any of his relatives?
His father, Avenarius.
Avenarius? The boxer poet? Didn't he disappear 20 years ago?
That's it. No more deductions possible. No, no way, that's it. I mean, for now, he can help me find. As long as I don't owe him anything.
When I left, I told O'Leary I hadn't found a thing. The minute I was alone, I left for Mary's. But before all that, I took a small parting gift for her.
Scarf. Okay. Still, it's cool.
I've never trusted angels.
Mr. Blacksad? What a...
Surprise? When they fall, they turn into demons.
Joey told me he was going to spend the afternoon painting the gym and that Bobby would be fixing something up on the roof. So, after I found the body and called the police, I went to Bobby's place, but he wasn't there.
So you knew that Yale was with Dunn when he died, and yet you told no one.
I guess I just forgot. Everything is so confusing. I'm sorry, Mr. Blacksad.
Don't be. I'm here to figure it all out. What's your relationship with Bobby Yale?
He was like a son to Joey, and we were about to get married, so, you know.
Okay, I think it's time to set things straight. I knew you were cheating on Dunn with Yale. Or was it the other way around?
No! How can you even think of something like that?
How can you convince me otherwise? I found a picture at Yale's apartment. It's you and him on a roller coaster. Care to explain, Miss Purnell?
I'm not white, Mr. Blacksad.
What?
7 of my great-grandparents were white. The 8th was black. According to law, I'm a black citizen, even if my skin says the contrary. Do you know what that means when you're born in North Arlington, Alabama?
Oh, shit.
Segregated schools, bathrooms, housing and healthcare, and colored people get the worst share. We even have different water fountains, for God's sake. The separate but equal doctrine and all that.
That damn nonsense.
And all the lies. That's why I moved here. No one knows what color my great-grandparents were.
I'm black too, and I don't hide it.
Well, at least you're a man.
In any case, what's that have to do with Bobby Yale?
He's my nephew, Mr. Blacksad. Joe and I first started taking care of poor Bobby when my sister died. That was when he was almost 15. The three of us went on that trip to Luna Park.
So this is where Joe Dunn comes in.
Bobby was the only one who knew about me and Joey. We were afraid that someone would use my past to ruin his career.
It's not the first time I hear that story. I'm sorry I accused you so lightly.
Don't worry, I understand.
TV and radio all in one. Where will these mad times lead us? Mary smells like... Actually, the whole room smells like a pie fresh out of the oven, so I can't identify any other fragrances.
Starts. Reading on femininity.
Fresh out of the oven. The whole room smells like pie.
Plus, pointing at the wall for reason. So when you're done, I'm sure you don't know zero bucks.
Are you sure you don't know where your nephew is?
I've looked everywhere. He's nowhere to be found.
Don't worry. I'll find him.
Thank you.
That cherry pie smells so good. I'm starting to get hungry.
Thanks. I pulled it out of the oven right before you arrived. Oh, where are my manners? I'm the worst hostess in the world. Let me go get a knife from the kitchen. And you must be thirsty. Let me see. OJ, coffee?
I'll take some coffee, thanks. She's wearing the same clothes in both pictures, so she's probably telling the truth. That's some beautiful artwork you got there.
Это классно. А. Now we can check out the fragrance.
Now that there's almost no pie left,
Oh, that's
the scent has also disappeared. Interesting. Now Mary smells like a huge dog. Mary, when are you going to stop lying? I know your nephew is here. I can smell him.
What? No. I already told you I don't know where he is.
Look, I understand why you're protecting him, but it's in his best interest to end this hide and seek.
You can search the whole house if you want. Go ahead. He's not here.
Wait a minute. She's not the one who smells like that. That's where Bobby Yale's scent is coming from. So, that's why you were sitting there.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Could you step aside so I can check, please?
Please go.
Mary, for Christ's sake, put that knife down, would you?
Livora.
Mary, I came here to help.
I mean it.
I don't want to hurt you.
Leave her alone!
Bobby!
Bobby, just stop, man. This is ridiculous. Just stop.
I'm gonna kill you!
Think about Mary, Bobby.
Don't even mention her name!
Really? Fucking joking.
Bobby!
That was so unnecessary.
Call an ambulance. Do as I say. Go on, call an ambulance. Do it now. In the face of a heart attack, there's two things you can't forget. One, stay calm. Two, 1 chest compression per second. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi.
Bobby. Oh, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby. Thank you.
I had lots of reasons to consider this a great day. I had investigated a suicide case. I had discovered that, in truth, we were dealing with a murder. I had found and captured the prime suspect. And I had saved a life. And yet, everything in me screamed that something was going wrong. Terribly wrong.
Promise me you won't take the law into your own hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I want a gun!
What the hell?
Bang, bang, bang!
A fair amount of violence, extortion, and casualties. I hate detectives.
Bang, bang, bang!
You're dead meat, cat.
That you, Smirnoff?
I can't see out of my right eye.
You seem agitated. Nightmare?
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, that makes two of us. Anyway, why don't you go home? In his current condition, Yale's not going anywhere. Besides, we'll take it from here.
Who is that? Can we trust him?
I know how to pick my men, John. You? I'm not so sure. I asked you not to get involved, or at least give me a heads up.
I didn't make any promises.
Well, then I can't promise I'll give you any more information. Anyway, what's done is done. When exactly did you realize that he killed Dunn?
He attacked me. Didn't
Out of sheer
realize he was still
curiosity.
alive.
I'm a cop after all.
Well, it's pretty telltale when a suspect tries to kill you.
How about the motive? Any ideas?
I've got several theories, but that's about it.
In any case, hopefully Yale will tell us more.
No,
Would you let me ask him some questions when he wakes up?
I know you will, with or without my permission, so I'd rather not feel betrayed. In exchange, drop by the station when you can. Your investigation could really help my men. Who, by the way, must be waiting for me to interrogate Mary Purnell. Boy, she was hard to pry from Yale's side.
She's been through a lot in the past days. Be nice to her.
Of course. In spite of it all, we're not just vigilantes. And as for you, go get some rest. God knows you need it.
I will. Thanks for the advice.
Tell the nurses to look at that face of yours. You look like a film detective in his last scene.
I'm afraid this film isn't over yet.
For your sake, I hope you're wrong. You're in charge now, officer.
Okay.
I'll send you relief in 6 hours. Understood?
Doctor,
Who are... Oh, detective. Congratulations. You fared pretty well against that kid. Better than most would have. Now, if you'll excuse me...
let's just say I got lucky. We, as a society, simply don't trust reptiles. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is our extended belief that there's logic to that distrust, that it's natural and well-founded.
Self-aware racist.
How's Yale? Is he awake?
Oh yeah. Go check on him before he falls asleep again. Although, try not to bother him with too many questions.
What's his current condition?
It's too soon to tell. He did have a heart attack after all.
Confirmed heart attack. Maybe not smoker.
Go away. I don't want to see you. The doctor told me to sleep.
I rarely get to interrogate a suspect with his guard down in a place as quiet as this. Getting the chance to study his body language with no distractions is a rare gift. His heart rate is increasing. It could mean that he's lying, but it could also just be pure, unadulterated rage. He's looking straight at me. If he couldn't hold my stare, I'd think he's lying, but that's not the case. He's clenching his fist, a sign of contained anger. Clenched fist, fast heart rate, fixed stare. He feels some genuine rage towards me. I'm sorry you don't want to see me, but I saved your life, son.
Maybe my aunt feels gratitude. I certainly don't. Luckily, I just got my medication. I'll be snoozing soon.
All right, I'll just cut to the chase. Is he lying, or did his heart rate speed up out of rage? He can't look me in the eye. I'd say he's lying. Is he holding back his rage? Who killed Joe Dunn?
What? Are you trying to confuse me? Joe hanged himself.
I know the murder weapon was yours.
What? The rope? I don't get it. What weapon do you mean?
Don't play with me, boy. The chest expander.
An expander? I've never had one of those.
Oh, so it's being framed.
Dunn was too short to hang himself with that rope.
So, it's true? He was murdered.
All right. Let's just say that I believe you. The murderer killed Dunn with a chest expander and planted evidence to make us believe it was suicide. But he also left enough clues behind to make sure we found the true murder weapon. Then he put the chest expander box in your locker to frame you. Do you know anyone that twisted and who also happens to have a motive?
I don't know.
Why would Desmond, Jake, Sonia, and Frank Cassidy? Wait, who's Frank Cassidy? Don't have a motive for any of these people. Also don't want to accuse them more than that. Well, I guess I'm not.
What about Frank Cassidy? Do you think he has a motive?
Maybe. A few weeks ago, Joe took me to a boxing managers association meeting.
Headed by Cassidy.
Yeah. He was obsessed with making it illegal for boxers to fight without a manager, or without an associated manager. Everyone seemed to go along with it until Joe spoke up. He said that would lower us to mob status, that Cassidy had founded the association just to make money by monopolizing the sport. That made others think twice. And Cassidy ended up empty-handed.
Poor Cassidy. What about Sonia Dunn?
Sonia? I doubt it. She's odd, but she's his daughter.
I've seen worse, believe me. Maybe it was... What am I saying? Jake could never pull off something like that. Nothing. Never mind.
It's not smart enough.
Desmond O'Leary certainly seems twisted enough. Did he have anything against Dunn?
I'm not sure if they knew each other. At least not in person. About a month ago, Joe kicked one of O'Leary's men out of the gym. He was trying to give a business card to...
Jake Ostiambi.
Yeah, exactly. Did Jake tell you about that?
Something like that.
Blacksad. I think I owe you an, You know, my father disappeared when I was 6, right after winning a fight. We never heard from him again. Do you know what that does to a kid? Who knows where I'd be if Joe Dunn hadn't been in my life. Even when I lost my way and put a gun to his head years later, he still took me under his wing and managed to steer me in the right direction. And now that he's gone, you're risking your life to find his murderer. Thanks.
Thank you for...
You rest now.
The number of cigarette butts is inversely proportional to my hours of sleep. Ah, damn. Is that eye movement normal? The hands say a lot about what's going on inside a person. He seems restless. Should I tell someone?
Yes, you should.
See, there's no fever whatsoever. He must be having a nightmare.
Are you sure?
Wouldn't you have nightmares too after what he went through yesterday? I know I sure wouldn't sleep.
I have nightmares myself, but those go way back.
Oh, the poor thing. Do you know what my nightmare is? It's that witch I have to work with. Oh. Good thing she's got trauma surgery at 12:30, but I wish it were a little sooner, you know? Anyway, thank you for letting me know. And for bringing him in. You don't know how excited I am to be involved in a criminal case.
It might not be important, but I need to take a look at his medical report. Ugh. No, the footprints don't match. If Yale killed Dunn, he did it without stepping in the paint, or in different shoes.
Options left. Okay, so. Match. Download. Call it. Cooties.
Hi.
You're awake, handsome?
What's that? Oh. Rena? Hey, Rena.
Yale's medical report is right there. Mind if I take a look?
No, I don't think so, handsome.
I'll take a pack of Morley's, please.
Honey, get me a pack of Morley's for Mr. Handsome.
What if you show me Yale's report and I buy you dinner?
You're handsome, all right, but I'm not stupid.
I won't be able to read Yale's medical report if she's around.
So I'll wait. And there's Jesus. Of course he's alive.
It seems like the Doe nurse will be assisting Dr. Talbot during his 12:30 surgery. In 4 hours. Could I get them to operate any sooner?
That sounds dangerous. Put them to sooner. What are you talking about, man?
I won't be able to read Yale's medical report if she's around.
What's that stuck in there?
Jerry Highfill. Long time no see.
Blacksad, I didn't want to wake you. How's the boy?
Asleep.
I hope he recovers in time for the fight. I got tickets. Although between you and me, he doesn't stand a chance. It'll be a fun bout, nonetheless. Not like this. God, this is boring.
Are the odds against Yale that bad?
The boy's talented, don't get me wrong. But stone is stone, you know? I bet half my pay, but you know, no vice for me.
Oh.
You say you've got a good job, and yet you're bored.
Well, it's just a figure of speech, really. I like my job. Is it boring? Yes, but I can entertain myself with a good fight or a football game. Well, watching them, that is.
You want to smoke?
Don't smoke or drink. No vice for me. Smoking's dirty. Alcohol goes straight to your head. And women, they're all just mean.
Aww.
Everyone except mine.
Are you sure about that? Not even one little vice?
Nope. Between you and me, when someone gives in to vice, it's because something's missing. Something in their life just isn't right. I've got a good wife, a good job, a good house, a good TV, and a good hobby. Sports. Well, watching them, that is. What else do I need, eh? Blacksad, vice is for losers. Man, I'm bored.
Well, I'm going back in.
Smirnoff again? Trauma. Let's find out what weeklies. It's got any new information. No answer from weekly.
Dunn's Gym. Jake Ostiombe speaking.
Jake, it's Blacksad. Could you get...
I have work to do, John. Call you later. Ronald, get on that ring!
It started ringing before we finished dialing.
Sherry speaking.
Get Dr. Gregor Talbot, please.
Yes, 1 minute. No, actually, Dr. Talbot won't be in until 12:30, according to my registry. Can I ask who's calling, please?
Sherry, this is Dr. Talbot. We have to reschedule the 12:30 procedure. I want everyone in the operating room in 5 minutes. If anyone gives you any grief, tell them it's a matter of life or death. Understood?
A matter of life and death. A matter of life and death. You gotta be kidding me.
Lady, you work at a hospital. And I'm sorry. No.
All right, now. How do I put this? I need something that you have.
Oh. Only if you guess why I'm giving it to you.
I think you just want to spite your fellow nurse.
Well, aren't you smart? But be quick about it. You hear me, huh? If that witch comes back.
What? What does it say here?
Ah, you know doctors. The top handwriting is mine. Let's see. Extra systole and dehydration caused by panic attack.
Extra what?
You know, arrhythmia, like skipped heartbeats.
What about this here?
It's a good thing I know that Mr. Yale is in Dr. Ferguson's hands. Otherwise, I'd be worried.
Hey, no means no, miss.
You really don't know who I am, do you?
Miss, I've got orders. And the fact is, those orders say
There
that...
you are, Miss Dunn.
Huh?
Tell him, Blacksad. I can't get through that thick skull of his.
You see, Highfill, this is my wife, Jerry.
I'll be damned. You didn't even say you were married.
Well, future wife.
Between you and me, I knew you'd settle down eventually. Just you wait. You'll even quit smoking with this one. All right, let her in, but don't do anything naughty.
So now we're married.
You wanted in? You got in. Don't complain.
True. Thanks. Anyway, you did your job. I'll send you a check the day after the fight. You can leave now.
don't particularly trust you in this situation. What just... Oh, God.
Why did you say that? Anyway, you did your job. I'll send you a check the day after the fight. You can leave now.
Why did you come? What are you doing here? No. She's gonna do something stupid.
Stop her.
Sonia, don't.
He killed my father. You said so yourself.
I didn't say that.
No. I told you I wasn't sure.
He almost killed you in that floozy's apartment. How could he not be guilty?
Your father wouldn't want you to do this. He was a just man, and this is not justice.
Shut up! None of that matters. How could he not be guilty?
You can't take justice into your own hands. Believe me, it will haunt you as long as you live. It's okay.
Uncle Tim!
Sweetie, I came back from Los Angeles as soon as I could.
I told you not to rush back.
Come on now, honey. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
No, this is John Blacksad, the detective who found Bobby.
Oh, so this is strictly professional. I thought you had some good news for your uncle.
No, Uncle Tim, don't be silly.
Don't be silly. Look at you. Smart, educated, as dazzling as the brightest of stars. Every single man in this city should be at your feet. Come on, we'd better let him rest. I see. Let's say you're right and Bobby Yale is innocent. Who should we focus on now?
We?
Well, your father turned down my money, but he made me promise one thing, that I'd take care of you if anything happened to him.
But I can...
I know you're perfectly capable of managing that gym on your own, but we don't even know if he'll be ready to fight Stone. Besides, someone seems really invested in stopping that fight, and someone has to pay Mr. Blacksad to get to the bottom of all this. Please, talk some sense into her.
It's your life. As much as you love your uncle, it's up to you to decide whether you want his help or not.
Blacksad, I was just starting to like you.
All right. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much.
All right, stop crying or you'll ruin your makeup, honey. Now fix yourself up and I'll buy you some breakfast.
Wait, my purse.
I'll get it. It must be...
Blacksad, wait a minute. I think she needs some time alone, just like you and me. Listen, boy, do whatever it takes to find Joe's murder. Whatever it takes. If things get messy, don't worry. I'll clean them up. Deal?
I'm not a vigilante.
Well, suit yourself. Just get that ball to the end zone.
No. Are you telling stories about the great Iron Arm again?
Wait a minute. Of course. The Milestones quarterback. Tim Iron Arm Thorpe.
It's a good thing folks usually recognize me sooner. Blacksad, you coming to breakfast?
I'd love to, but I have to go ask for a favor.
Okay, cool. I think this is a good time for me to take a break and get some breakfast. I will see you all for part
The
3.
investigation required me
Later.
to ask Jake for a small favor. Or demand it, if worse came to worst.
Adios.